That's what I mean. That's why we're here. I think like the journalism has always been not the best. You're talking rock and metal.
It's all about the views and the clicks that you get on the page rather than the actual information itself.
Yes.
So we practiced for like 2.5 years before we played our first show.
That's crazy. And you play a first show without even having music out. Mm-hmm. You guys are fucking crazy. Whenever I need music gear, I always go to sweetwater.com. If it's mics, headphones, or studio and recording gear, Sweetwater has you covered. Next time you need any music gear, support the podcast by using the link in the description and comment section below. Today I am honored to be sitting here with the whole band, Vended.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
I'm stoked. Yeah, there's like multiple ways to say that, huh? Either Vended or Vended, or I've been doing it straight across. You gotta be like Vended.
Everybody gets it wrong.
Vended.
It's like I'm gonna say it.
Vended. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Who came up with the band name?
The lead singer.
Griffin.
Singer.
I just like I think we were like it was during a Slipknot tour and I was trying to figure out just random names and thank you for the mic. I just started writing down like a list of names just to see what would come up. And Vended was one that came up, and I was just thinking like, oh, Vendetta, just shorten it down to Vended. Let's see if that will work. And then like everyone hated it, but we needed it, and we just ran with it.
We were gonna do the thing where like we were like, we're just gonna hold it until we find a better one, and then we played our first show.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, there's no fucking going back now.
We literally like posted it on our Instagram, and we already had like 8,000 followers. And we're like, there's no fucking point. There's like, we already messed up.
Yeah.
So.
It's like you got
and
to
it's
commit.
stuck. It's stuck, and now we're here 5 years or 4 years later or something.
Commit to the bit.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny how like a band would just stay with you. Like that happened to us. We just committed to it and like, well, we'll keep it that way until like something better comes along.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of it never happens.
No.
It's badass. Can we do a quick intro?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Cole. I play Cole Espeland. I play guitar.
Sick.
I am Jeremiah. I play bass. I'm Grod. I play guitar.
I'm Griffin, and I play.
I'm Simon, and I play drums.
Holy shit, beautiful. Well, I really appreciate you guys being here. I know you guys drove here straight from Iowa.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
24 hours of driving.
24 hours.
Yes.
Damn,
Yes,
and dude, in a band.
2 days.
That's the life, brother.
It is.
Hell yeah.
You're just doing them. All right, we'll fucking drive across the fucking country for a show.
We'll do that thing.
That's the problem with living in Iowa, bro. You're centralized, but you got to go everywhere. Nobody comes to you.
Yeah, if you want to fly out of the country, you need to drive all the way to Chicago.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and so you guys are here to tour with Ginger, and
Yes.
the first show was supposed to be today in San Diego, but something happened with their visas, and they rescheduled today's show. So you have a pop-up show today in Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was very quick thinking.
Yes. Free pop-up show. We're just doing like have all the people come out and just jam.
So I take it you guys found out about that when you were just driving here. Like, oh shit, like, what's going to happen in their first show?
Yeah.
Shit sucks, dude.
Dude.
Quick, dude. That's what this thing is, dude. It's quick thinking. Okay, like, what else can we do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, can we do this? And you start throwing on some shitty ideas, and one sticks, hopefully.
Yeah, it's better than sitting an extra day. We'd rather go out and like play a show, you know. So it's better than just like sitting back waiting for the next show. We're just like go out and do what we're supposed to do, you know.
Yeah. Whose idea was it to do the pop up?
I don't even
Our
know.
manager.
Our manager was like, just try it out.
He pretty much just messaged us like, yo, bad news.
Oh, dude, when you get bad news.
And at first I was like, it's over. Like, we're going home.
Oh, shit.
We're literally like,
fuck.
I was about to like get ready to tell Cole, who was driving, like, turn the fucking thing around
Oh,
right
my
now.
goodness.
But
Yui!
because he didn't see the message, and I was like, turn this bitch around. We're about to go home. And then he's like, let's just do a pop-up show, like, free. We'll have Knotfest, like, take part of it and all that stuff. And I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Great idea. It's like, oh shit! Either you turn around and wait, fucking drive faster.
Drive faster. Delete the message. It never happened.
We're playing at the venue in that one Subline song, April 26, 1992, where
Really?
he talks about those were like the what was the guy's name? Those riots back in the day? I don't even remember, but he like stole all of like Sublime's equipment from this like music store.
And then wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
Damn. So you guys are playing at that same spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Long Beach has a lot of history.
Yeah.
And from here, it's not too far. Maybe, I want to say 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's a cool spot. So you guys, I guess this word can be stretched, but I usually say, when did the band form? But for you guys, it seemed it formed in 2018. However, you could probably back it up more. So Cole, correct me if I'm wrong. So who founded the band? Was it you first, and then you hit up Griff?
Yeah, so me and Griff were in middle school together, and I would see him every day just going down the hallways singing, headphones in, just like as loud as he can, singing down the hallways. And I was just like, that guy needs to be in my band. I was just like, that kid needs to be in my band. So we kind of like got together and played the talent show in 8th grade. And that was like our first formation.
Yes.
There's probably videos out there, but nobody should ever see them. And then we got to high school and then got connected with Simon and then just started there. And that was like 2018, February, like February of 2018 or something.
It was during high school. I know that.
So we were like all 14 when we met, and just basically then we got JJ a couple months later. Then we got Grod about a year later. And we just jammed for like 2 years before we played our first show. Just, homies. So
it started, so you and Griff went to middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So 7th,
8th grade, we kind of met.
Yeah, middle school, 7th, 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm class of 2004, so it's been it's been a while.
Like his house was very close to our school, so we would like right after school we would walk towards his house and then like have a jam session where we would play covers and I would just sing what I could remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys also played a school talent show.
That was technically me and Griff's first ever show.
We did Smells Like Teen Spirit, and it was the worst thing. Cole did all right. Cole did amazing.
It's 4 chords.
I was just
It's just
oh no, God.
Dude, we had that in common. My first show was also, it was 9th grade. We played, no, we didn't even, you got farther than me. I tried out for the school talent show. And there's probably a video out there somewhere so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
Everyone's playing something different. We wrote a song.
Okay.
And yeah, everyone's playing something different. Oh, it was fucking nuts, dude.
In your head at the time, it was a great idea. But then when you
get there,
and then you get older, and then you look back at it, you're like, that was fucking retarded.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know what? You got to start somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So
look where we are now.
Yeah, crazy. From Iowa now you're in Santa Ana, and you're across the table from me, and now we're chatting.
Hell yeah.
The funny thing about that show was that thank you was that when we were the reason why we chose Smells Like Teen Spirit was because my music teacher was saying, no, you cannot do Smells Like Teen Spirit.
No, we were going to do Night Train by Guns N' Roses.
That's right.
And then they shut that one down.
And so I was just like, we were trying to think of ones. I think War Pigs came up, and I was just like, I don't want to, like, I love War Pigs, but I don't want to just sit around
for like 3 minutes
with my dick in my hand for about 3 minutes. As much as I love Ozzy, like, but I thought I was okay. How about Smells Like Teen Spirit? And then my music teacher said no to that, and I was just like, why not? Like, I questioned her authority, and she said it's because it's talking about drugs and talking about like doing like drugs in school, and I'm like, bullshit. And I'm like, I will call my dad right now and prove to you that it is not that. And she like got all her information off of an article, and I'm like, that's why you don't trust articles.
I don't trust
He pulled the dad. He pulled the dad.
I pulled the dad card hard on that day.
We've all been there. That's what I mean. That's why we're here. I think like the journalism has always been not the best when you're talking rock and metal.
It's all about the views and the clicks that you get on the page rather than the actual information itself.
Yes, and if you're talking about that song in particular, I don't even think. I mean, even Kurt, I don't think he ever said out loud what that song's about.
No.
So how can a teacher know what that song's about?
Honestly, like his lyrics are so hard to like decipher. Like they're so vague.
She was like, I swear to God, she said this straight up. Load up on guns was it saying like shooting up heroin, and I'm like, you are so old. Like you do not.
Are you talking to me?
No, just. Oh my God, that hurt my brain.
But that's a great first one to play though.
Awesome,
The talent show. But you guys actually got to the talent show. I didn't even get there. And what's interesting about you, Cole, is like you came up with classical rock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I didn't really get into metal until I met these guys.
Really?
I was like Slash, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, all that shit was my Led Zeppelin. All I played was Les Pauls, and then these guys introduced me to that shit, and then it was all downhill from fucking there.
Yeah, because it was really awkward to like him come to the house and like him in like give the influence of rock, and I'm over here playing shit like Joey would or like Jay would, and he's just like, okay,
I'll play Slash.
we need to like capitalize on something or just And I was like, hey man, I'm not switching up my drums.
It took
you're gonna have to figure it out.
It took like 6 months, and it became like a meld. Like I went metal, he came less classic rock, but still like No, but that's definitely where I started for sure.
It's sick because you guys all have your own personalities. You know, it's funny like when because I met. Because I found in my band, and I found Mitch later, but we had like a similar like styles that we like. It's funny, like when you hit up Griff, like what was in your head, like as far as like the band you wanted, like, how you wanted the band to sound?
This dude's fucking stupid.
I had no idea. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really even know about Slipknot or anything. I knew that they were from Iowa, but I hadn't even like heard a song. So I literally was just like, this kid can sing. Let's do something. Like just do anything. You know, like Iowa's not a super big music scene. So I was like, this kid's cool. Let's just try something. There was no like end goal even in mind at that point.
Really?
And then it just like naturally all formed. Yeah.
So it sounds like you just wanted to be in a band, and you want And did you have it in your head like out of the gates, like okay, I want to take this somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would always watch like music videos of like bands playing stadiums and shit, and I'd be like, that's the end goal.
That'll do it.
That is the end goal that we're going for. Like, but it was just find my guys, and like not find my guys, but like what can I do to make this happen?
Totally.
And I found Griff, and then we found Simon, and then all of us are just here.
And then it was all downhill from there.
Downhill from there.
And then you're just working towards a sore back constantly.
Oh yes.
In like 2 I feel like we're 80 in 2 years.
Hey Griff, what did you think about Cole when you first met him? Because so you were coming at that time. You were coming in a frame of mind of like you already heard metal.
I honestly don't even remember. I think all I remember was, hell yeah, let's do this. Yeah. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And after that, it was just trying to figure out like what type of band was, like what it was going to be, like what sound I wanted to generate. I didn't even know how to write music. So I was just like, all right, now I got to figure out how to write music. And it ended up just over time, like slightly just like it was just a learning thing. I was just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And then like Simon then came in, and then he helped me like start actually writing music. And I then started like, oh, okay, this is how I do it. Like, okay, this is where like the direction that I'm trying to take this. This is like the sound that like we are generating currently, because like we always in general found our sound by just jamming. So, yeah.
Wow. Just freestyle jamming.
I kind of feel bad because I feel like I forced something on everybody with just more like he was so different with vocals and like he just wanted to sing, right? And then like he just wanted to play, and I was just like his genre, and I was like, all right, no. I was like, Griffin, you're screaming, and he's like, no, you motherfucker, and I was just like, we're doing it this way, kind of like it was like I feel kind of bad because like we did it where it was like what Cole said, we melded, but it was like I don't know, I kind of was like, I don't want to beat this, I want to beat this. And I was like, I kind of forced it in a way.
But I couldn't ever see like a world where Vended is classic rock.
Yeah, no,
I could never see that
glad
at this point.
we did.
But what was the first song we jammed? It was like Audio Slave.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how to live, or tell me how to live.
Yeah.
Show me how to live, or something.
Yeah, from Audio Slave, and then he wanted to do War Pigs, and I said no.
No.
And
No, I think the song that I wanted to do
was Green Day.
It was Green Day, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but he also like the first ever day. We picked us three picked a song that we wanted to do, and I said the Audio Slave song, and you wanted to do, I think you picked. I don't remember what you picked, but it was something, and then you picked War Pigs, and Cole and I were like, fuck no, and then you picked Devil and I, because I remember that.
Oh yeah.
I remember that very, very vividly.
I remember wanting to do Freak of the Week by Freak Kitchen, but
You did want to do Green Day, but it was like, you also were like, nah, let's do, no, you said War Pigs, and then you said Green Day, and then we still said no. And I was like, you were like,
I'm just like, all right, I'll just go.
You're
fuck
like, you
myself.
god damn it, you guys, and I'm just like, yep.
I remember being in that group chat.
You weren't there at the time.
Well, I mean, I was there when we were like trying to figure out like songs to like practice or whatever, just to figure out how to like be a band or whatever. And Griffin's like, yeah, let's do Basket Case, and y'all were like, no,
No.
Damn.
And I love Green Day too. I was like, sure, I'll do it. But
It sounds like, Simon, you really helped bring some sound out. Like whatever sound was trying to come out.
I don't take any credit.
I know. I'm trying to tell the story. Yeah, but yeah, I totally I feel you. Whereas you have like, it's funny how you know what you want to do, but you don't know what you want to do at the same time.
Well, I mean, living
sense?
with my dad really just put this weird like effect on me. It was just like a lot of late night random talks. Like I'd be playing like video games upstairs, getting ready for school or something, and he'd like call me downstairs, and it'd just be a quick like, you good, into like a 45-minute YouTube search of just random shit, of just like drummers. And like I remember when he first showed me Travis Barker, and he told me like the full story of him and all this shit, and I was like, yo, that's sick. Like this dude's like a legend now, because he's like survived this whole fucking thing, and he continues to play and stuff. And like, and it went from like that to like also John Bonham, and seeing all videos of him and all that shit. And I was just like, that's where I mainly got like the music like look, was kind of just from him, of being like, you got to set your mind on one thing. It's not your inspirations. You got to, he's like, you just got to take all the shit that you like out of your head and just make something into one, because if you do inspirations, he's just like, it's just not going to work out very well. You got to just make your own genre. And I was like, all right. And that's what I kind of did. I was just like, fuck being inspired by like, you know, Slash, like, you know, it's cool, but it's like...
Sorry, cool.
Sorry. But like, or like, you know, like, let's say Griffin was like, I love Green Day, so we should like, I'll sing like him, you know, like, or he's like, I love Slash. I'm like, I love Travis Barker or whatever. And it's like, let's make it that. I'm like, no, let's just...
It's bigger than
let's
that.
Let's just write on how we feel instead of taking inspiration, you know. That's how I kind of looked at it, in my opinion.
Yeah, Emma. And Simon, like, you've been playing drums since you were like one, like in diapers.
In diapers. There's a video of it, and it's not going to come out for a while, because it's
at the right time.
it's in the vault right now. I saw it the other day, but it's like, I was like, this is, a lot of people don't believe me, but I was like, I can't wait until people see this video. Like, I'm just can't even touch the fucking floor. I'm like, my legs are hanging off the drum seat. I'm holding my dad's big ass sticks. I'm 1 year old, and he's like,
You're one.
You were playing when you couldn't even walk. And I was just like, that's pretty sick.
Damn, you couldn't even walk it, and you're fucking doing double bass when you're 6 months old, dude? Holy shit!
I would try to reach to the bass drum, but,
Yeah,
like,
but
I
you couldn't
do
reach.
it. Couldn't do it. So that was like a mind block for me growing up.
Wow.
So my hands kind of got like an advantage while growing up. So like my feet were like the last things to kind of work.
Hardest part too, huh?
Yeah.
Try and get the fucking kicks going.
Yep. But that was the first thing I started doing was double bass. I didn't do anything else. I didn't do any like easy 4/4 shit. I just was like instant double bass, just grinding that out. I just remember one day, like, because I learned how to play songs. I didn't like just practice like other drummers do. They just do rudiments and shit. I just was like, I'm gonna practice Slipknot songs because that's all I wanted to do. Because it was like a challenge, and I was like, every song is completely different in its own world. So I was like, this will just make me think. And then I remember one day I played Skeptic for my dad, and he came upstairs midway through, and he was like, what the living fuck was that? And he's like, that was you. And he goes, holy shit. Like, he's so astonished. He's like, that double bass was absolutely insane. You stayed perfect that whole song. And he was listening. I was like, fuck, he listens to me all day? I'm like, it stressed me out because I'm like, now he's watching. And like, that's just how it was in my house growing up.
How old are you when you started hearing music like that heavy?
Really young, because every day before school he'd play music for me, like a new genre. Like it'd be jazz one day to Skrillex and like all that. And so it's like every day for school it was a new day of music. So I was hearing it a lot when I was just filling my brain with just different shit. And
holy shit.
Yeah, it was weird. It was just, but he did it the right way. I feel like, because I feel like he exposed me to so much. Then I got to decide what I liked now. Instead of like being forced to like what he likes, it was like, okay, I still have the Skrillex album in my iTunes that he showed me, and I was like, damn, I remember listening to that when I went to first grade.
First grade, your Skrillex?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Holy, and Skrillex is heavy, dude.
Yeah.
That
He
shit
showed me
is-
the Doors when they collabed. The Doors and him. You know that song?
No.
Yeah.
What?
So two members from the Doors. It was the keyboardist and the guitar player. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They like came to the studio with Sonny and they wrote a song called "Breaking the Sweat," and it's a meld of just dubstep and actual real instruments mixed into one. The instruments sound like it's electronic, but it's not. And I just remember listening to that before going to my first day of school, first grade, and I was just like, what the hell is going on? You know, I was like, this is crazy.
Damn, that's insane. Cole, I know that you first heard metal from Griff.
Mm-hmm.
So Griff, how old are you when you started listening to heavy shit? It's like
I have no idea. I know that when I was in elementary school, I was listening to Metallica
There you
and
go.
Green Day. And like my dad would drive me to school and then play all of that on in the car.
Mhm.
And then I'd get into school, and then like during lunch I'd start.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you. I gotta
That's
just
the whole podcast is doing this.
I gotta just start grabbing it now. But yeah, like I'd get to lunch and then I'd just start like vaguely repeating the words that I was hearing and just not getting them right because I like at the time I didn't understand English, so I was just like, I don't know what they're saying. And
Sorry.
yeah.
Don't look at me.
When I got into like the heavier stuff, I think it was around middle school when I started getting into the heavier stuff, but I can't pinpoint where it started. I just know that like it was like when I started like getting older is that when like certain bands like started getting introduced to me at, like via like YouTube or like whatever I could find. And yeah.
That's dope. So, all right, so you guys are building like the sound. So when did you come in, JJ, and then eventually Connor?
So basically, all the guys had basically like, you know, kind of like a main three parts of the band.
Mm-hmm.
And they posted a thing on Instagram saying they needed a bass player. And originally I was actually like a guitar player, but I did buy a bass like halfway through me playing guitar because I just got like slightly bored of it and I wanted to like change it, you know. But yeah, I DM'd them and they let me come try out, and I showed up with a Fender Mustang guitar amp.
Sick.
And it sounded like terrible. And I honestly don't even remember what songs you played this morning.
I know exactly.
I know what
played.
songs you played.
You played "Sober" by Tool
Okay,
and
yeah,
"Toxicity" by System of a Down.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we thought it was so fucking badass. I don't know
it,
why.
It was funny too because like I was so demanding on my Instagram, like acting like a big shot. Like we need a bass player. You need to have gear. You need to be this old. You need to. And then like he was the only one that hit me up. And then Cole and I were like sitting. I remember being in 8th grade. I remember this vividly. Like he was like it was getting close to 8th grade, and he Cole was texting me, and he's like, I don't know, man. Should we do this? And I was just like, he's like, you think this is the right move? He's like, should we wait? It was just like this back and forth, like, should we do this or not kind of thing. And then we just had him over, and it was just clicked, you know?
It clicked. Yeah. Musically, and I assume also friendship-wise too, huh?
Yeah. This whole thing is way more of a friendship than it is.
You need to tell the story of how you showed up to my house.
Oh my
so
God.
first, hold on. I'll say this part. I told him, like, I think he kind of knew he shouldn't wear Slipknot merch. And I said, like, personally, like, he knows, he's obviously followed my Instagram before because he knows me. And I was like, everybody knows it's like I find it kind of uncomfortable sometimes when people are just like always in my messages like Slipknot this, Slipknot that. So he's like, okay.
It's old.
He's like, okay, I'll just be like, you know, pretty chill about it. And then he shows up to my house, and
fucking asshole.
What? So what shirt were you?
I wore like a Nike hoodie or whatever. I remember it so vividly. He opened the door. This dude was wearing a Slipknot shirt.
He was, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I get it.
I fucked with his head so hard. I said, don't wear anything like that. And I show up in a Day of the Gusano Slipknot shirt, and I'm like, what's up? And he looks down at my shirt, and he's just like, I could just tell in his head, he's like, you piece of shit. Like, just like...
I was like so confused, or I was like blown away, or like I mean I was like 15 or 14 at the time.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, my brain like couldn't like comprehend, like, you know, I don't know. I was just young.
It's like the time where you opened the door, my dad opened it, and
so
you were like...
Another funny thing is, so his dad was always at the house when we were practicing. So I was in the band for like a month, and I never saw him. And then one day he just opened the door, and he's like, "What's up?" And I'm just like, "Hi, like, how are you?"
He's a mysterious person. If he's listening to this, he just disappears. He's known for that, where you just see him one moment, and he's like, "What's up, guys?" And then you turn around, and you turn right back around, he's gone. Yeah. And it's just like, he's just known for just being away. Like, just like that. He's just like, I don't want to talk to you.
Batman shit.
Yeah, it's Batman shit.
That's cool. And Connor, how did you join the band?
It's a pretty similar story. I had followed him on Instagram like 2 weeks before, and then he posted that they needed guitar players and that they needed all this gear and shit. And then
you get the man gear.
Yeah.
And then it's because we asked a couple other people before him, and they showed up in this like they showed up with shit that was like it would have worked, but it was like hard.
But at this point, we were banned for like a year, and we had like, you know, like 410s.
Yeah, the thing about this was like
stuff, you know?
we had already been a band for like 2 years, so I had worked my way up to a full stack. JJ had worked his way up to a full bass rig. Yeah. And now bringing in, and Simon had a full 8-piece kit.
I already was endorsed by SJC, so it was like
bringing God on, we were like, we're at this level. We want somebody to match our level, but we don't want to be like dicks about it. But it's like we're rocking full stacks and full rigs,
baptized by fire.
You can't come with a line 6 and then like, you know.
Respect.
Like how was a line 6 gonna match up with the full stack and not get outblown?
Yeah, so I showed up with my line 6.
I showed up with line 6.
I showed up with my line 6, and then I left going, man, if I get this, it's because they like me. Like, I'm gonna get fucking lucky if I get this.
He said one thing that just made me laugh.
Oh yeah, they were like, so what do you do with most of your free time? And I was like, I'm going to be honest, it's pretty much just playing guitar and jacking off.
And then, like, I remember Cole and I did the same thing, because Cole's like, I don't know if we need another guitar player. And I was just looking at him, I'm like, yes, we needed another fucking guitar player. And it's like, you know how awkward it is to see a 4-piece band? Like, it's not awkward, it's pretty badass sometimes, but it's like...
You got to really pull it off to
like,
make it
generally,
work.
like, if you have, like... You can hear it, you know, you can hear, like, they have a different riff behind the guitar solo, and then when you play live, you hear the guitar solo, no main riff, so it doesn't sound full. It's like, certain bands pull that off, and it's like, I was like, No.
Yeah.
We're not. I don't have that much faith that we're gonna pull that off. So we need another person.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't mind having another person. You know, another homie in the group. So.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about it.
He's not complaining.
So you must have really pulled it off, and you showed up with a line 6.
Yeah,
It was so funny.
But within like 2 months, I got like a Bugera head and cab and
Great.
figured that
It was
out.
funny because we jammed and I couldn't hear shit.
Yeah.
No one could hear shit, but we're like, it's going.
Yeah, it's working.
And then we finally were like, when he's in the band, we had him come like, this was the first time. He came like twice,
Yeah.
and then he was in the band. But then
I think we
he-
had 3
He
times.
came like 3 or 4
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to prove yourself.
Yeah.
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 And the first day, like he was actually in the band, we're like, all right, you can learn the songs. We had these, there's these random demo songs, and this scared the shit out of me because Cole's like, all right, here's the first riff. Started doing it. It was just the intro riff, and Grad's like,
Yeah.
and he starts playing it, and he can't get it for 30 minutes, and I'm stressing out. I'm like, dude, no, man, like this can't happen. And then he got it, and we're like, all right,
Yeah,
chill.
yeah.
And then I got the rest of the set in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
just one little fucking spooky moment.
Then we're like, we're good.
I just guess we write shit that just puts people through a loop. You know, it's just like, what the fuck?
Did you show up in a Cannibal Corpse shirt?
Not every time, but a lot of the time.
not every time, but a lot of times.
It was around the same ballpark.
That's
Something like that.
I mean, as weird as that sounds, I mean that does matter, especially when you're starting your band. Okay, what are you listening to? Especially
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
a guitar player.
It's funny too because when he did show up, like we were on the way to the practice space that we were at, and one of my dad's friends that I've never met before, who's also in a band, who's the drummer. He's in a
Oh,
band
yeah.
called Fault Nine. It's just like a local like rock band or whatever, and he just is sitting on the bed of this truck, and I'm like, did we get catfish?
He's like a 35-year-old
He's like a
dude.
30 like
and
he's
we're
just
like, is that
because
him?
he's there, and Grod said he was like on his way like 15 minutes ago. Like, so we were like thinking like he's there or whatever, and he's just waiting. And I'm like, Cole and I are like, bro, did we just get catfished by this dude? And like his mom, Cole's mom's like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like,
They're still like 15. They're like, why is this full-grown man here? And then Grodd pulls up like 5 minutes later.
and
And
then
we're like, okay.
Oh, okay.
it was so weird.
With the line 6, just killing it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember my first interaction with Grod was my first interaction was with Grod. I think it was via Snapchat. I was like DMing him like, hey, I can't wait for you to like get in the like. I can't wait for you to try out. I can't wait to see how it goes. And you were like, oh, no, yeah, I can't wait, like, to come over. I can't wait to meet all you guys. I'm like, dude, I cannot wait to get inside your asshole.
Oh, yeah.
I had been watching a bunch of Game Grumps, and he fucking got the reference. And I was just like, oh, yeah, this is my
I
friend.
really
now.
hope that's allowed to stay in.
It is.
Okay.
I mean, Grod just said that he enjoyed fucking playing guitar and jacking off. What is not allowed?
Yeah. Especially when it's this kind of music.
You never know.
Yeah.
No censorship.
know.
No censorship.
So at this point, when you're officially a 5-piece, how long was it until your first show?
That was like
Was
May of 2019
So
when
it
you
would
got
have
in.
been 1 year.
About 1 year. So we practiced for like 2.5 years before we played our first show.
That's
So-
crazy. And you play a first show without even having music out. You guys are fucking crazy.
We got lucky.
So we basically booked our first show and played it on March 8th of 2020. So like 3 days after that, everything shut down. And it was like a weird timing thing where we're like, first show, yeah, out the gate, shut down. Fuck you. No, you're done. And
Canceled.
yeah. And then we got another 2 years to just figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was an interesting time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure like it kind of fucked you guys like mentally, you know, because you've been working so hard towards something, and then once you get it like taken away from you, it's like fuck. Then
It definitely
what do we do now?
It definitely set us back a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was over a year between our first show and our second show,
Yeah.
just because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But it gave us a lot of time to like actually sit down and hone our craft.
But we didn't see each other for so long that like the first day we finally like jammed again, it was like meeting new people for the first time. Like it was so awkward and weird. Like we haven't seen each other for a year.
A year?
No,
Yeah, it was pretty long because
like
I
3 or
wasn't
4
allowed
months.
to, I wasn't allowed to leave my house because my mom has like really bad health problems. So I was like not allowed to leave. And you know, I was just like,
man.
so like they were like, we should practice like this month or something. I was like, dog, I can't leave. Like
It was probably like 4 solid months of nothing.
Yeah, dude, I probably didn't touch a guitar or anything for like 6 months or something like that.
Whoa.
But
Yeah.
but after like this, we jammed for like 1 or 2 times and it came back like that.
Yeah.
But the first couple were like, whoa, this is new.
I don't know.
We
you.
came back and we're like, wait, what songs are we playing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll grab back. I'm gonna grab a water real quick.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Hurry up.
yeah, it always comes back, you know. But man, 6 months to almost a year, that will fuck with you guys, totally. But it's kind of in a weird way. I mean, now you obviously have hindsight to where it kind of helped you in like a way because you were able to like to really hone in
Yeah,
on your sound.
Yeah, I mean, after playing our first show, we kind of figured out what playing live was. And then, I mean, in a way you could look good and bad. That situation could have helped us because we spent the next 9-10 months, oh, here's what it's like playing live. Let's take another break and hone our skills again and come back. And then our second show was even bigger and even better. So we did take that time to, like, get better playing live and get better just mentally with music. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a first show, there's no music. Pandemic, you have time to hone in. You actually have music, and then your second show.
We didn't have music for a while.
We didn't have music until September 21.
Yeah.
So we played like another 8 months no music. Just
Oh wow.
just raw.
Our first tour is when our EP dropped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just raw rock and roll. We just like pull up to the show. No music out. You figure it out. See what
Yeah.
you get.
So you guys played Woolies with no music out yet.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, that's the best way to do it. I mean, I think a lot of great bands do the same thing. You just go in without knowing what the fuck you're doing, and there is a magic to that. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
you don't know what you're doing. You're just kind of let's just figure it
It's
out.
like a magic trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it's honestly like playing cards. You know, it's just like you either have a good card or you have a bad card. Let's just see what the fuck happens, and then you know what I mean. And then
now a noodle.
Yeah.
and we got pretty lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, part of our whole thing is just like raw rock and roll shit because we don't use a click. We don't use really in-ears. So it's like when we had no music and we're just like, fuck it, let's play a show. It's part of that raw, just like, we're just going to go plug in, crank it, and go. So like we don't use clicks or in-ears or anything like that. It's kind of just part of our thing.
I could tell from your vibe because you recorded an EP with Griffin.
Yes.
And for those of you listening and watching, you don't know who Griffin is. He's also from Des Moines. He plays bass in Acacia Strain, which is
Hell yeah.
is an above heavy band that we would listen to when we were kids.
Yeah.
So he knows how to make shit heavy. And didn't you do like 9 takes of a song? And that's the fucking take.
It's such a blur at this point.
Sick.
We just watched this video about it, and or not about it, but like of that recording session. And I was just like, what? I don't even remember saying that or doing that, but okay. But it's like I tried to do a solid like above 5 takes of each song,
Yeah.
but just because I feel like below 5 you're not crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're not mental yet, and then above 5 you start to get a little psycho because you're starting to remember all the parts you have to play perfect. You have to hear. You're hearing this every time, and you hear your fuck ups, and you start getting a little fucking nuts. And so it's
wow.
yeah. So like, Dead to Me, the single we released, that was when I was an absolute fucking psychotic person. Like you could have locked me up for a minute, like because I was getting a little crazy. Because it was like, I think I did like 12 takes of that song.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it was like, definitely over 10 takes.
That recording process was sick. Definitely.
We were all in the room, with the headphones, recording with like live drums, and Chris Collier would just press record and be like, okay, go.
Yeah. With our 2 newest singles, yeah.
You'd be surprised how many bands can't go in the room and play out live off the floor.
I know.
And then
We
press
can do
record.
that definitely because of those 2-3 years practicing
Well,
before. That's definitely.
Chris Collier was like, all right, we're going to do a click. And I was like, all right, I'll do a click. But after like 2 tries with the click, let's try without the click. And he goes, all right, I've never done that. We'll try it. And then we did it. And then he goes, it sounds so much better without the click. So
It felt like we were pulling with the click on, and he took off the click, and then we recorded it with no click, and he's like, we're not touching that. No click. No click.
and they sound just real.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like, because I did over like 10 takes of each song. And then it was just a mental battle of just like, nope, do it again. Do it again. It doesn't sound good. That same part sounds like shit. Do it again. And I was just like, fuck, man, I'm going to burn something.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a really cool room too. I think that place is called the Skeleton Key.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's a really cool room. I don't know if you heard this song for the podcast, but we did it with Chris.
Oh, really?
Chris
okay.
in that room. So that drum room's really cool.
I turned off the lights too.
Oh,
Yeah.
genius! Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Got the
Simon?
vibe going.
Smart.
I turned off the lights, made it dark as fuck in there, just kind of play.
You're
And-
psycho,
and-
huh? You are psycho.
I made it really hard for them in a way too. Like I know they can play in dark, but it's like
Yeah.
I wanted them to struggle with me. Instead of
Sick.
them being perfect and I'm not tired, I was like, I want you to fucking struggle with me because if I'm gonna struggle, you're gonna struggle, kind of shit. Because like I knew
That
when
explains a lot.
when they track guitars, they can sit down and stuff and like either
But-
stand up.
This one we didn't. Remember
Well, you still got to be in the room and be.
Yeah.
I over here was like, you're gonna fucking play with me in the same vibe and hot. I turned the AC off too. In that room,
my
especially. I
goodness.
turned the AC off, let it cook in there, and turned off the lights. And I was like, we're doing 10 or 15 takes. I don't fucking care how long it takes. And they're like, okay.
Dude, that is
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
sick.
You gotta-
That is the way it should be. You can't buy raw energy. You
Yeah,
can't.
exactly.
That's what people confuse.
and you can
too.
feel it in the song. You can feel the push and pull,
Yeah.
natural, just human. And
Yeah.
that's like, that's all because of this process.
I noticed a big jump from. To me, you guys are very advanced. Like a lot of bands first, like I don't know, demo or EP. Like it kind of takes time to get like a sound. You guys, your first EP is pretty fucking sick, and then there's even a bigger jump for the single that you did recently with Chris. I mean, there's a big jump as far as the sound, and there's like this untangible thing. Like, what's different about this song? And then the way you guys are talking, how you guys tracked it, it says.
When we did guitars too, it was me and Grod tracking at the same time in the same room, both like standing up, just like we're playing on stage. Like we didn't sit down and perfect everything. We just both same time, standing up, just rocking out.
I've always wanted to do too. Like my father was like telling me like old stories and stuff, and he's like, you know what you should do? You should find your own way of being psychotic in the studio. And he's like, maybe you should try this when you guys write an album or something. And I was like, okay. He's like, you should just lock yourself in the studio room all night, all day, just sleep there, and just like in that room, like behind your drums, just sit there. And just go crazy. He's like, just do some Heath Ledger shit. And I was just like, he's like, seriously, you'll notice some weird shit when you start playing. Like a new animal will come out of you. He's like, there was only one person who's done something like that. And you could probably guess who that person was with Ross and everything. And he's like, I mean, if you hone it in and you really fight your demons and your battles, I bet you could just write the most sickest album ever. Because he's like, there's just a difference between going to a hotel every night, having a good bed to sleep on, then honing in your fucking pain and stuff like that. And so I was like, man, I'm going to do that next time. I'm just going to sit behind my kit. You guys are going to show up at like 8 a.m. Like, all right, time to record. I'll be like, I want to fucking kill something, like that's how I want to feel during like another recording, because it felt pretty good of being like crazy. And then after they were like, drums are done, I was like, oh, I can relax. Yeah.
Full time.
Yeah, pool time.
Full time.
All right, guys, you want to go grab dinner? Okay, cool.
Well, get your Taco Bell.
Oh my goodness, dude, that's fucking sick, Simon. I mean, again, another thing. I wish I heard more stories like that from bands. It's like this kind of people are just afraid to go there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like mentally, emotionally, like it's there is a lot of like hell involved with like making a song, especially when you wanted the sound to feel like a certain way. You kind of want to inject like some psychosis in there. Like,
Well,
it's cool.
it's funny because recently, I sprained my hand. I didn't talk about this at all, so this is the first time I've talked about it. But I sprained my hand on the European tour, the first show.
ever show.
First show,
yeah.
First show, I sprained my hand, and I played with a cast on for the whole tour, pretty much.
Jesus,
It just
man.
in a fucking splint, and everyone was like, "Oh, what?" Like some fans were like posting like, "How is he playing in a cast?" And then people were like, "Is there any news about this?" And I was just like, "I haven't said anything."
Dude, he was playing with 3 fingers.
Like this.
Yeah.
This is how I was playing, and I was playing
These
like
two
that.
were like together, all in the cast, and he was playing like this.
Dude.
But then like,
Our music with that
but
shit.
like, I think
Yeah.
I know what kind of caused that. But like, obviously, I know the exact moment of it happening because I hit my hand like this on the rim, like really hard on a downbeat, just coming down,
no.
and I just was like in shock. My hand was like this, couldn't fucking move. And then, but I remember in the studio recording those songs leading up to that time. I remember like hitting my hand or something, this exact hand in the same exact spot, and I was like, maybe I just kind of fucking cursed something. You know what I mean? Like I went there though because I was like. Like you said, you got to go there in order to sound like it. And I was like, if you're gonna play really light and not slam or like have fun with it, you're not gonna hear the mentalness,
The emotions.
like, the emotions behind it.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I was like, if Griffin's not gonna be locked in a room, I will be locked in a fucking room, kind of thing.
You can lock me in a room. I'm probably just gonna fall asleep at some point.
He sleeps like a vampire.
Oh, dude, it's bad. I sleep like I'm genuinely dead, which technically I am.
You'll walk into the hotel room and he'll be like this, just
Arms crossed.
His mouth's open. Just
Dude.
doesn't move an inch for
You are-
hours.
You guys are all psychos,
Ah,
and that makes the best music though.
Nosferatu.
And we're all from Iowa. There's nothing out there, nothing to do. So you just kind of got to figure it out,
I also just grew up in a crazy family.
Yeah.
So much shit happening every
Haven't
day.
we all?
But it's like a new thing every day. I'm like, oh, okay, I should probably leave the house, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's just how it happens. So it's just like,
What's it like being a band from Iowa and like growing up around there?
Not much.
I mean, that's pretty much it. It's kind of interesting because like the Iowa scene is like, it's very, very weird, and it's a very like small group of people or whatever. And I think as of right now, it's actually kind of thriving because there's only like 3 bands I could really name that are like getting out of there, which is us, Widow 7, and Dose, pretty much. That are all finally like getting out of Iowa. But other than that, there isn't very much like a crazy scene there. It's just a really tight knit people, and everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And like the vibe of like Des Moines, it's very hometown. It's because like me and Cole like live closer to the city, and it's like they're like in like the suburban type areas, or like the not suburban, more like the houses that have been there for like ages. Like their trees are very nice. It's no one really bothers anybody except for like the people out on the street, and it's just very hometown, just very homely.
Yeah.
Homey.
it's pretty. I personally like it.
It's
But
cool coming back from like a full tour, chaos every day, whatever. And you come back to Iowa and it's just like
It's just quiet.
Chill,
Like I honestly
decompress.
couldn't imagine like
you
coming
go
off.
to the grocery store, the guy's like, "Hey Cole, you're back," and it's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
back from all the chaos," and it's just chill.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine coming back from a tour, coming to LA or something,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just straight up traffic right away. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my mind, like kind of thing. Or
Yeah.
like, I want to go get breakfast at a diner, and it's gonna take me 50 minutes to get there. Like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is something special about like when you're gone for like a month and you go to like you're driving on your freeway, like you're like and then you get off the exit and there's a feeling and a mental process with that. That's one of my favorite parts about going home. It's so cool. It's so nice.
Free bird, yeah.
There's something about it. Oh man! And then like you get used to shitting in your own toilet and in your own bed and you take it for like granted. It's when you come back. It's so nice.
I just lay on the
You know?
floor for the first 25 minutes when I get home.
With the dog.
It's just my dog. I just lay on the floor.
That first sleep back is like 2-day hibernation, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's the best hibernation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're sleeping like shit all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
pretty much.
and you don't realize it sometimes. Even when like you're just laying there for like 8 hours and you wake up, it's still like not good sleep. You know, it's just not, and it's just you need like your own. You need to be like in like your home for like.
I've been like bedridden for weeks and just like didn't get out of my bed unless it was to use the bathroom, and I was just like, I just live here now.
And I always gave Mitch shit or like or Eddie, but like singers do have it rough. You guys use your whole bodies, similar to drummers. You kind of have to rock out a little bit harder than us, you know. So
At least
I respect
someone.
that.
At least someone gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got.
I feel like it's either Griffin just doesn't get enough credit, or it's either me, because they're like we all get enough credit of like we do it equally, but it's just like it's hard to explain sometimes. It's like, mofos, my back is literally fucking crooked. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm like, I'm sore. Like
I am coughing up blood.
I'm like fucking tired.
Everything hurts in my throat
But
and my face.
we all work at the same. There'll
Yeah.
be some days where I just throw myself out.
Oh, no.
And it's too much.
Yeah.
It sucks because that's the no, it doesn't suck, but that's the only way to do it. It's the only. I don't know any. That's what will separate you from every other band on the fucking planet, dude. Like you have to go there and do that. It has to be all in. You have to fucking destroy your body. There's just no other way to do it.
I destroy my body when the crowd's not moving.
Even more so, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally, dude.
I just get pissed.
People
It
sometimes.
creates like a weird, awkward atmosphere. So then you start doing like weirder stuff than you normally do.
Nice.
And it creates for like a really good performance, I think.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like the smaller shows, sometimes like it kind of makes you go harder.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
like because if you can't do it here, then what makes you think you could do it?
on the next level.
You know, you were always trying to get new fans. But yeah, those smaller shows, there's something about those.
Yeah, love
You know?
those.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell the
Same.
story, but
I can't wait to play the show tonight. Exactly.
Oh,
That's exactly what
The
we're doing tonight.
exact
Yeah,
vibe.
Yeah.
small club, just
24-hour, 48-hour notice.
mm-hmm.
I'll just say this because I'm not gonna tell the full story, but because I just don't want it to be like I just know we played at this church, okay, and I just know that the crowd was not moving, and I'm not gonna say anything else about that day, but I just know that we were all pissed off of just like
We went
just
10 times harder because
Yes.
nobody's moving. And we're
Yeah.
like,
literally people are like
Yeah.
doing this with their face like, yeah, okay, and we're just like, fuck you, just like.
And then,
Yeah.
then we had to load out up the steepest stairs, and it was just. I remember getting to the van and being like, "My back is broken. I'm miserable. I want to punch a hole through the window. Let's just go."
Let's move.
Yeah, that's an interesting day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to go hard. I'm 36 and I still do that. You see like you'll see someone make like a face at you or
Oh,
and
God.
it awakens something and you're like, fuck you.
yeah,
I know
or
exactly
the
how
arms
you feel.
crossed. The
Oh my goodness, dude.
yeah,
It's the more of when Griffin talks and he says something and people are like, yeah, dickhead, like really? And you're just like, and I just want to get up for him and be like, I'm gonna fucking stick this through your skull, bro. Like, I get so mad.
Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing
Like-
up there. I'm just trying. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just trying. I do anything.
He's over here being cocky, like, you want to hear the heaviest breakdown of all time? And I'm like, yes. And everyone's some girls like looks at her boyfriend like, oh, really?
Okay. And I'm just like, I
Oh, my
don't
goodness.
fucking know.
And then-
Do something.
And then we make it the heaviest breakdown because we just throw ourselves out because we
Yeah.
all saw that fucking bitch. Just
We were just like, ah!
Yeah, and being heavy as possible. That's like it's not just about the sound. It's like you put your whole body.
Yeah. And I saw that when I saw you guys play. Everything. It was dope.
Yeah, it's
I've been waiting a
weird.
long time to see you guys. Like seriously. Like
When
a long time.
when that was Louder Than Life.
Yeah.
Oh wow, great.
yeah.
It's sick. That was my first time seeing you guys too. I saw a song and a half. It was fucking dope.
Hell yeah.
And so many guys were actually on the stage because I had work to do, and then they got to hang out and chill. But yeah, I mean, it was fucking sick.
That fest was
Yeah.
crazy.
That fest was awesome. I love
Yeah.
that fest.
It was very well organized. It was fucking fun.
Yeah.
That's where this bat came
Bat.
from.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah.
yeah, he took the fucking bat.
Listen, I'm the only one who actually played baseball.
You're the
I
only
had
one
to
who
take the
probably
bat.
You're probably the only one who likes baseball in this band.
Yeah.
This is where being a guitar player will benefit you. They just always take the stuff.
I try because like I just want to fill my house with a bunch of shit. So like we were in Europe and I saw someone hold up a fucking
Hungry.
Just
Buddha.
a flag. Said
sick.
Vended. And I was like, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's mine.
Yeah, just don't let Cole or Connor see it. Just take it. Like what? I don't know. I didn't see it.
I still have the poster from the second Wooly show from the front window, the big one.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "Hey, that's my son's band. Can you just give me that?" I get in the car and she's like, "I have it."
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick. Anything that I don't have, like it was stolen from me. Like either the drummer took it or something like that. Someone just kind of yanked it from the counter.
Oh my god.
It's how it is, dude. Fuck it. It's mine now. It's cool. So like, what are your future plans now? I mean, are you guys talking about like a record or?
I mean, as of right now, we're just really just touring just into the ground, basically, as far as we can go.
Great.
Just trying to get in front of as many people as we can as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to make an album over and everything, but as of right now, we're just on tour. We're just trying to make it happen,
We've got plans. We've got shit that we're cooking up in the pot
It's grind time right now, though. I think we spent like 5 months of this past year on tour.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just grinding.
I hate that word so much.
Me too.
Grind.
I hate
Grinding.
it.
We're working.
It's these two who use it the most. They're like, it's a grind, man. It's a grind. I'm like, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth.
What would you say?
I just call it fucking work. It's just work for me right now. I feel like I'm going to a 9 to 5. Okay, this is work.
This isn't homecoming. There's no grinding here.
No, this is work.
Yeah.
Gears of War grind.
I'm sure you don't like that word, right?
Grind?
No, working.
Work? No.
See, well,
Work.
I don't like work. It makes me think of my job and stuff.
but this is work also.
It is work, yeah.
If I think about this like my job, it makes me feel good because hey, this is my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, when I'm out here on the road, like it's like work, but it's like I actually enjoy it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, like if you work a job or something that I absolutely love, you won't work a day in your life. And that's how I feel when I'm out here on tour.
That's great.
It's just part of my life at this point. I just accepted it. It's just consumed me.
I'm just
like,
always
tour?
tired.
All right. Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah,
It's part of it. Part of my life.
It becomes a part of you. How did you get your nickname?
Grod.
Yeah.
So my last name's Grodzicki, and in middle school, people just started calling me Grod because it fit a lot better than Connor. Because it fit more, I had hair down to my elbows and a beard like this in 9th grade, so they were just like, fucking Neanderthal. Grod.
Yeah. Some guitar players are just naturally just grow facial hair.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Marcus like that too. He had a fucking beard when he was like 16. It was like, how did you grow? My Garzas cannot grow this. No one has it in my fucking family. I'm trying to grow something, but it's not working, dude. Just accepted it,
I mean, you're getting farther than everyone else in your family, though, so.
Yeah.
If no one else can grow that, you're doing good.
Yeah. A lot of other Garzas, they'll like grow this longer, so it covers the ear patch.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that going on. I'll probably be there at some point, Well, dude, I really appreciate you guys being here, man. Yeah, I'm glad.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you guys all came out here. Who was I talking to via text?
Not me.
No, it was one of your.
Our manager, I think.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
He's a
cool.
man. Yeah.
You'll be surprised how many people try to force the Zoom on me or like. Or,
Oh, hell no.
No, dude.
In person, bro.
Yeah, we got it. It's like it's like writing a song. You guys, when I listen to you guys' music, and now I finally got to know you guys in person. It's like it really explains why the music is the way the way it is now.
Yeah.
It's cool. Because
I mean,
you guys play in a room together. You hash it out. You're willing to suck.
That's our whole writing process, just jamming.
Yeah.
We don't like sit down and pre-chorus, chorus, We're just like 3-hour jam session. If there's one riff that comes out of it, cool.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like we just plug in and jam, and then it's like, here's a riff. Let's branch off of that.
Sometimes we also just like
Sometimes it sucks.
It's so bad sometimes because we'll be like,
totally.
all right, today we're writing, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking of writing, so we're like, okay, we have to write a song.
And then it'll be
we'll
like-
go, there's just one part of writing that just pisses me off when someone goes, man, I'm not feeling it. And I'm just like, after 6 hours of writing, I'll look at like either of them, I'll be like,
Sometimes you have those
It's
days.
the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing when someone in the band like when someone in the band like gets something wrong or like mishears something, and then there was one day when Simon like was arguing with Cole, and he was like trying to explain what he was doing on the drums, and he was just goes 2, 2, 4, 2, and
I was trying to explain the song structure, and I was like 2.
because he wasn't comprehending on how I was doing it, because I showed him more. I was like, he's like, how do you do this? I'm like, motherfucker, we've been playing this song for 3 fucking months. This is how we do it. And he's like, all right, explain better. 2, 2, 4, 4. And he's like, oh,
It's that fucking simple.
I got it. And
Yeah.
he's like,
You know, like no music theory, like at all.
it was just,
it was
so
a whole fucking
funny.
loop of just like,
my God.
Oh my goodness. Dude, that's one of my favorite parts about being in like a room together, because we write the same way. It's like I guess you could say free flow. You're just writing
Yeah.
garbage. We're always playing stuff, and then something will kind of come out, either a bass part or a drum part or like a riff will kind of come out of that, and then that I love that creative tension.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, I love it, dude.
I do like personally enjoy it too. In the moment it sucks.
The moment,
but
yeah, it
then
sucks
but
ass.
then like the day later I'm like, wow, that was awesome.
there's also this period during writing where it's like, we just stop writing and then we just start fucking around.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
not even like playing together. It's just like all of a sudden we'll be like,
You get like
start
3.
shooting an airsoft gun up at the ceiling.
Yeah, like
Well-
3 hours in, nothing's coming out. You're just
like
it starts drifting.
Cole will finally just like, we'll be playing something we have, and Cole just turn away and start doodling, and then like Grob will just guitar off,
Yeah.
and I just start yep. Here
But
we
when
go.
it happens, it's like magic.
Yeah.
We've like half of our songs we've written in like 20, 30 minutes. It just comes and we're like riff. But when it's not coming, it's not coming.
You're like,
No.
our
When it
number
is-
one song assigned was written in probably like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God.
Yeah.
It's,
You think of it as in 20 minutes. I don't recall it that way, and I have a very good memory with that song,
Yeah.
because that song was a motherfucking bitch. That song took like a full day. I remember it was a start to finish of straight up fucking hell, because we were all like, how are you going to implement the fucking rim shots, and then how are we going to implement the bass? Oh, how many are you playing in bass?
Yeah.
Wait, you're playing a different riff than the like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
doing? And then it was like, all right,
That song's very weird. You could tell because there's like little intricacies in like timing or like the guitar riff. So like when I play that bass part solo by myself, I play like this like weird like like I can't explain it. It's in like a different like time signature or like whatever, or like a rhythm. Because the straight like chorus is like straight tremolo, but then when I play it by myself, it's in like a rhythm. I don't know. It just kind of shows how like we know no music theory at all. And like
If it sounds good, it sounds good.
I wrote the lyrics to Asylum during a full school day, and I think it took me. I don't know if it was like 2 or 3 classes or just an entire school day just to like finish the song, and then I took it home and I was like, how's this? And they're like, oh, some things work, some things can be changed, and then we ended up like finally getting it like down perfectly. And then I think during I think it stayed the same even when we recorded it like for the EP.
yeah. It's so weird how like I don't know if you agree with this, like you never fully understand a song until like the lyrics are on it, and then you go out on tour and a month in when you're like playing it, and then you like fully kind of understand what it's about. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. Sometimes you could have like a so-and-so song, then the vocals go on it. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's a fucking song now.
Yeah.
Wow. I still get blown away. Like parts I didn't like before, then like a year later, you love that part.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just- it's funny you guys always bring up, which is I think it's so important. Like he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel the same way, and I find like the more I'm like that, the more like the song can come out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really hard like keeping that like innocent thing. You know, like I don't know what I'm doing, but we're just doing.
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
You know? It's cool. And one thing I also like about you guys is, which I like going and seeing like song credits of singles or albums or EPs. So I went for every song of you guys, and it's like you see the song credits, and it's all you guys. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you guys all put in like the same amount. Like you guys are all in the same room.
Yeah.
It's extremely collaborative.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all of us, yeah.
Whether like someone will, you're like Cole and Simon, like a lot of times like Cole and Simon will like bring it apart, but then they'll bring it to us and then we'll like mold it or whatever. But usually once we have like a full song like kind of done like instrumentally, we'll put it on like a computer or whatever recording software, so we can have like a better understanding, because like where we practice, like you can't like hear like shit. You can't like hear like anything at all, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so like it has a whole different meaning when it's put onto this like demo, and it's like it's weird. It's like finding an adventure within like an own song and trying to go through like its meaning or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking awesome, dude. We do the same thing. Everyone gets equal credit, you know. And something I didn't predict real quick. And then you know, when you're going through a low, everyone's kind of stays together.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this weird like unspoken like brotherhood. Like you're all in the same band together, like the same plane together. You know, just like there's like this camaraderie, and other bands back in the day will kind of separate that.
Yeah,
but,
I think it's more about us. It's about like the friendship, the brotherhood shit than the music. Like we do a lot more than just music together. Like we hang out, do all that. Yeah. It's not like meet at the band practice, business, go home. It's like you guys want to hang out, you want to go get food.
We all go fishing together.
We go fishing.
Yeah.
So it's like
cool.
It is like a little family.
It is.
And like in the long run, is 5% more credit gonna really make a difference? Like, we nickeling, diming all the credits versus just like we all work together. It's all one project, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And do you view it this way? I learned this recently. Is like whenever you don't think about it this way, but it is kind of the way it is. Like you're naturally friends. You're family. You know, you have each other, but you're out there fishing with each other, and then you're hanging out at the show. You're at Burger King or something, and like that's a part of the writing process. I learned. Yeah. And like when it's you have like this deep fucking chemistry, dude, and that's from being real friends. And when you hang out all the time, then you actually get in the room. It's like it takes you to that next level. You know?
Yeah, it's not awkward or anything. It's just like we're boys. It's the boys.
Yeah, when you're shooting like airsoft guns, you know, it's like having
boxing each other.
Well, yeah.
MMA fighting each other.
Yeah, it's that's a part of it. And something else I learned when I got older. Like the more like you're kind of laughing throughout the day with each other. Like there's something intangible about those riffs and songs. You know, they kind of last the test of time. You know, and it's cool to see you guys naturally have that friendship, because that's actually I think harder. One of the hardest things, keeping that friendship, especially when you're out there, working in such an enclosed environment. Holy shit!
Look at what you did, you old jerk.
My anxiety went through the roof. My body just shot. My heart went, and I was like, "He's gonna punch me."
No, you guys are ready for the tour that technically starts today.
Yep.
Technically, yes.
But let's hope tomorrow, Ace of Spades, it officially starts. Ginger, I know there's a lot of issues with this issues in general, like visas and.
Whose idea was it to come out here on the 27th? I want to fucking punch them. He fucking got here just fine. I'm over here like, we left the 27th, and our first show is literally today. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I think we would have been chill with 1 day off, honestly. I go insane after 3 days off of like doing nothing. So it's like,
oh yeah, when you're driving, it kind of sucks, dude.
I mean, we got it in 2 days. We drove through Colorado, and we stayed there, and then we drove the rest of the way. It was chill. Like, I knew we were going to do that. I was like, why are we leaving the 27th, bro? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
You
better earlier than never. No.
Yeah, he's going to have to make it up.
Yeah,
driving.
better earlier than never.
Yeah.
Fucking I flew. Okay.
Karma, JJ.
It's going to come back around.
I flew better early than never. You didn't even have to sing a fucking band. Shut the fuck.
Oh, my goodness. Well, again, You guys, I appreciate you guys being here. I had a great time hanging out with you.
Oh no, it was a massive fucking honor, my man.
Yeah, of
It
course.
was,
Oh, yeah.
it was fun. Where can people find you?
Everywhere.
iTunes, everywhere.
Vended official everywhere. Music, socials.
Jukebox Bean 02 on Instagram.
Don't plug that.
I'm gonna.
Just all of our names is our social media.
Yeah.
Besides this motherfucker.
Besides this dumbass right here.
Cool. All right, everyone. Thank you. That's it. All right. Vended. Later.
One camera.
So very, very much.
Peace.